Hello everyone, thank you for joining me here on USB Unaffiliated Sports Broadcast, where I cover varsity high school sports for Grantsville High School, Tooele High School, and Stansbury High School, shifting our focus to basketball as that time has arrived. So thank you for listening. I hope you enjoy the show. Please head over and like the Instagram page, follow it. That's where I put all the stats and updates and all the graphics to recognize these players. And be sure to get out there and support these local athletes. Thank you and enjoy the show. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Thank you for joining me here on Unaffiliated Sports Broadcast, better known as USB. Hey, thank you for being here. I hope you guys like the new intro. I wanted to do something a little different. But hopefully you drank a lot of water and change your socks, because we got an eventful Tuesday here in Tooele County for basketball. But like I said, I hope you guys enjoyed the new video on the intro. For those of you watching, at least, if you're listening, head over to YouTube, check that out, okay? But I wanted to do something a little bit different with the YouTube channel, and because of that, I know I said I was never going to do video. I hate it. I really do. But because of that, I had to fill the dead space with a dead face. So let's get into it, all right? So game number 1 on the Game Day podcast here today. We've got the 1-3 Stansbury Stallions men's team. They hit the road today to face the 3-3 Cottonwood Colts on their home court tonight at 7 p.m. Now, the Stallions are coming off a high-energy win last week against inter-county rival Tooele Buffaloes, and they look to keep that high energy they displayed while they were, probably, in my opinion, likely looking to keep number 53, Tegan Johnson, involved, as he had a great night in his last game, scoring a season-high 15 points. Good job to you, young man. The Stallions are led by number 25, Porter Hinton. He's got 41 points on the season and 6 three-pointers. Number 2, Will Stevens, 28 points and 4 three-pointers on the season. Good job to you guys. Number 53, Tegan Johnson, sitting at 27 points on the season. Number 1, Aiden Pearson with 24 points and 6 three-pointers. Good job, sir. Number 11, Luke Rich with 21 points, and it's not listed on Deseret News, but he has some great assists as well. I've got some of them on video, so good job to you, sir. And number 15, Toby Johnson with 20 points and several rebounds. Again, not listed on Deseret News. Hey, I'd love to give you a shout out. I just don't know how to get those stats up there for you. So those are your leaders for the Stallions. Now, they'll be facing a Cottonwood team that started out 0-3 on the season, but won all 3 of their games during the Tournament of Champions this last week, scoring an average of 73 points per game in that tournament. So good job to those guys. That's a heck of an achievement. The Colts are led by number 4, John Rosevear. He's got 122 points, 13 three-pointers, 23 rebounds, 8 assists, and 5 steals. Heck of a season for that young man. Number 11, Luke Park. He's got 78 points, 2 three-pointers, 13 rebounds, 54 assists. Great job to you, sir, and 8 steals. Number 0, I'm probably going to butcher this one. I'm sorry. Tangi Biaglassen or Biagallon. Bias Gallon. I don't know. Number 0, Tengis is the first name. Bayasgalan. It's probably easier to say than I'm giving it credit to. I apologize, sir, but he's had a great season so far with 56 points, 24 three-pointers. That's impressive right there. 8 rebounds, 6 assists, and 4 steals. Hey, guys, apologize for the background noise, okay? I record this when I can, and I'm in the parking lot at work, all right? I'm a busy guy. Not really. Kind of, sometimes a little. Anyways, moving on with the leaders for the Colts still. Number 32, Luca. Last name Cecez. Don't want to butcher another one. He's got 45 points, 25 rebounds, and 3 assists on the season. So good job to that young man. Number 5, Bo Smith with 40 points, 1 three-pointer, 44 rebounds. Way to go on the rebounds. Holy cow. 6 assists and 3 steals. Number 20, Tommy Yates with 19 points, 6 three-pointers, 13 rebounds, 5 assists, and 2 steals. Now, as for the team stats, in that comparison, the Stansbury is averaging about 54 points per game, while Cottonwood is averaging 66 points per game. From the free throw line, the Stallions are shooting 73% from the line this year, which is pretty good. Good job, guys. And Cottonwood is sitting at an impressive 82%. fantastic job from the line for both those teams. As for threes, Cottonwood has the advantage here, draining 41 threes thus far on the season, while Stansbury, they're not doing bad either, but they're sitting at 21 compared to that 41. So that's a huge difference there. Wow. So in conclusion, just based off the numbers, this looks like it can be a difficult matchup for the Stallions, as the three-point threat is real from Cottonwood, with 8 players contributing from deep, and 2 of them sitting in double digits on threes. So that's pretty dang impressive. Clearly Park, he sees the floor very well for Cottonwood, as he's sitting at 54 assists thus far in the season. So unless that was a typo on Deseret News, that's pretty dang impressive. So good job to that young man. But Stansbury isn't dead in the water, okay? Their high level of energy and their own players' ability of seeing the floor very well, making solid passes for points, it's a threat all on its own, guys. And Porter Hinton's pestering defense does a great job getting players out of rhythm. So let's hope he can stay out of foul trouble and stay in the game for this one, because he adds a certain element to their team, right? They're definitely not dead. They're definitely not dead. But, and then they've got the endurance for hustle plays by Toby Johnson to create a lot of second chance opportunities. He's like a constant ball of endurance. It's crazy. But he does a great job getting rebounds and second chance opportunities there. So, I'm not sure if Tegan Johnson will be able to find the same success in this game as he had, as the height mismatch. It's not there this time, at least not as much. Because the Colts got number 32, Luka. I already spelled his last name. He's listed at 6'8", so that's going to be somebody that can compete there, right? I think this is going to be a game where we'll see the perimeter shooters for Stansbury having to create more than the down low game. But we'll see. We'll see. This is going to be a great game to watch, I think. I'm really looking to see those perimeter shooters. They're probably gonna see increased productivity, I would imagine. I imagine it's gonna be a little tough to get the ball inside. I know they do a great job doing that. They're a very physical team. But I don't know that they're going to have much luck there. So I see the perimeter, the jump shooting being a little bit more impactful for them in this game than, say, the game against Tooele, right? So good luck to the Stallions, as, again, they head on the road to Cottonwood tonight at 7 p.m. You should be able to live stream that, okay? Just go to Google, search up Cottonwood Boys Basketball Huddle, HUDL. It's probably going to be the first one that pops up, so you can watch that there live. All right, so game number 2, sticking with Stansbury. The 2 and 3 Lady Stallions head out to face the 5 and 2 Ogden Tigers tonight in Ogden at 7 p.m. The Ogden Tigers are coming off a loss to the Weber Warriors, where they lost that one by a score of 70-42. Meanwhile, the Stansbury Ladies are coming off of a bounce back win over Taylorsville, where they beat the Taylorsville Warriors 57-52. Now the Stallions are led by number 21 Addie Hansen with 53 points and 4 rebounds. Number 15, Apizi Male with 47 points, 5 rebounds. Number 12, Hallie McGee with 31 points, 4 3-pointers. Number 1, Camry Bryan, 23 points, 4 3-pointers. Number 14, Sadie Kennedy, 19 points and 1 rebound. And number 23, Dania Malu with 18 points. So good job to those leaders for Stansbury. And as for the Tigers, they're led by, I'm going to butcher a lot of these names. I do apologize. But number 10, Solote Tonga with 66 points, 3 3-pointers. Number 14, Loretta Takiave. I'm sorry. Number 14, Loretta. She's got 39 points on the season. Number 21, Macy Vine with 34 points, 6 3-pointers. Good job to you, young lady. Number 1, Lily Gonzalez with 32 points, 8 3-pointers. Number 20, Mindy Frost with 26 points and also has 8 3-pointers on the season. And number 51, Jill Wood with 24 points and 3 3-pointers on the season. Both teams are averaging similar points, with Stansbury sitting at 45 points per game, while Ogden is sitting at 44 points per game. As for the free throws matter section, hashtag free throws matter as I like to call it, right? Stansbury continues to improve in this category, sitting at 41%. Now, while Ogden is sitting at 46%. Now, the real difference maker in these team stats is going to be this one, and it's the Stallions have dropped 9 threes thus far in the season, with Ogden hitting a staggering 32 in comparison. So definitely more of a 3-point threat for Ogden right there, right? So, in conclusion, the 3-ball for Ogden accounts for about 30% of their overall points on the season. So this has to be an area of emphasis for the Stallions. Based off the game against Tooele, this was an area their defense struggled with, and oftentimes giving very good shooters too much room, I think. So I think if the Stallions can get efficient rebounding from their down low players and allow those guards to press a bit more, they could be in a good position, I think. As for Stansbury, I noticed in the Tooele game they had a pretty good success from the mid-range. I brought that up several times, right? I'm not sure how much that played a role in their victory over Taylorsville, but if it did, I think this is a strong spot for them as the middle gets congested pretty quick. So watching some of the footage back, I noticed the down low players for the Stallions were also doing a good job of getting position. Unfortunately, in that game in particular, by the time the ball handler saw it, they were about a second too late in passing it, and it would generally lead to a turnover or just a bad pass all around, right? So if they can get a little bit quicker for those passes, I think they'll see an increased efficiency down low and possibly maximize their trips to the line as well. Because especially as they continue to improve in this area, they jumped up from 37% in the last game day podcast we covered at the line to 41%. So they're definitely improving there, and I think that's a way that they can maybe potentially maximize those opportunities to get more points on the board and increase that percentage. So So again, this game will be tonight, where the Stansbury Lady Stallions will be on the road against the Ogden Lady Tigers tonight at 7 p.m. in Ogden. So good luck, ladies. Can't wait to recap that one and see how you gals did. Excuse me. Game number 3. Our next game to cover is the undefeated 5-0 Grantsville Lady Cowboys, who will host the 4-2 Draper APA Eagles, who are coming off a loss to Kanab with a score of 55-48. Meanwhile, the ladies head into this one after a big win over the 6A Copper Hills Grizzlies, where they took that one with a score of 51-49. Now, Grantsville is led by number 11, Avery Allred, with 89 points and 33 rebounds. The second player, number 2, Bailey Louder. Number 1, holy cow, number 1, Bailey Louder. One of these days I'll get my notes together, guys, I promise. But number 1, Bailey Louder, coming in second there with 82 points and 29 steals. In third, number 15, Emmy Butler with 35 points and 22 rebounds. Number 10, Cody Williams with 28 points, 24 rebounds, and shooting. She is the best free throw shooter statistically. She doesn't have the most attempts, but from a percentage, she is the best for the team, shooting 86% from the line. So great job to you, young lady. Keep it up. We love to see it. At least I do. I don't know. I guess I can't vouch for everybody, but me personally, I like to see free throws. I feel like they're I don't feel like they're underrated, but I don't think that people put enough stock in them sometimes. Whatever. That's a whole nother conversation. But in fifth place for the Lady Cowboys is number 13, Afton Orgill, with 22 points and 9 rebounds. And in sixth, number 2, Sadie Thornton with 14 points and 6 rebounds. As for the Eagles, their leaders are number 10, Aaliyah Baldwin, with 159 points on the season. Goodness gracious, 24 three-pointers. Man, good job to that young lady. Number 3, Samantha Karchner. She's got 83 points, 61 rebounds. Amazing. Number 5, Vanessa Moctezuma with 30 points, 16 rebounds. Number 4, Bailey Bluth. 25 points, 12 rebounds. Number 15, Amin Ajak. AJAK. She's got 12 points and 32 rebounds. Good job there. And number 11, Yasmina Klebik with 7 points and 12 rebounds. Now, as for the team comparisons, Grantsville is averaging 61 points per game, while Draper APA is averaging 53. Now, from the line, the Cowboys are shooting 59% on the season, so definitely want to bump that up, right? We want to see that get a little bit higher. But the Eagles aren't much better, shooting 62% from the line. Now, as for the three ball, Grantsville's dropped an impressive 31 threes this season, but Draper APA has done even better, hitting 40 on the season. Obviously, when you got a player hitting 24 of them, you're shooting threes, right? So, in conclusion, we know what to expect from the Grantsville defense. Energy, constant energy on the defensive side, right? But I think number 10, Baldwin, she isn't bad. On top of having 159 points this season, she's also sitting on 34 assists. So she may be able to replicate some of the good passing that kind of calmed that Grantsville defense down in the last game. Now Karchner and Ajak are both listed at 6 feet, giving them a slight edge on the boards, I think, especially if they're in there together. However, Butler does very well using her frame to box out. So I think she will see success down low. I really do. Grantsville's going to have to find an answer for Baldwin, though, as she has been killing it this season, especially in her last 2 games where she has hit 11 threes in those 2 games. So she's definitely going to have to be a point of emphasis because she could put a dagger through you from the 3-point line, apparently. So, the Grantsville offense has a very good quick strike ability, and it appears to get way more production out of their backups in terms of like their off the bench players, as they have 11 players with points on the season compared to APA's 7. So I think that's going to be a big factor for sure. I think it could be huge actually, because if there's one thing that I've noticed watching Grantsville ladies games is the fatigue that they put on the other team, right? And so when I look at the stats for for Grantsville, and I see there's 11 people with point stats on there, right? And then I look across the board, and there's only 7 for the other team. That tells me that their bench might not be that good. It might not, and I could be completely wrong about that, right? But that's the impression that it gives me. So I think that could be a huge factor for them. I mean, I know, we talked about Baldwin, how she's had an incredible season, right? But you can't win a game by yourself. Everybody knows that. And you can influence a game by yourself for sure, but it's very, very difficult to win a game by yourself, right? So I think that tempo, assuming that the Grantsville ladies are able to keep that, right? Because maybe Draper's defense is able to kind of slow that down, right? I don't know. We'll see. But that tempo might be critical, and it might really put Draper in a bad spot. So I don't know. But again, this game will be tonight at 7 p.m. In Grantsville, where the Lady Cowboys will face off against Draper APA Eagles. That game is at 7 p.m. in Grantsville. And good luck, ladies, and I will see you there. That's the game I'm going to choose to go to today. I'm going to probably stay a little local to home. It's been a long day. I don't know if my face looks like it, but it's been a long day. So that'll cover up the Grantsville game. Game number 4. The last game to cover is the 4-1 Tooele Lady Buffs hosting the 1-4 Ben Lomond Lady Scots tonight in Tooele at 7 p.m. The Buffaloes are coming off an intercounty/region win over Stansbury last week, where they won that one 55-38, led by the play of Kennedy Searle, who achieved a double-double in that one with 10 points and 12 rebounds. Good job to you, young lady. Meanwhile, the Scots head out to Tooele after wrapping up a long 3 days at the Burchell Classic, or Burkell, I don't know. Why do we have so many letters? Classic tournament, where they would head home with a record of 1-2. So good job to them. The Lady Scots are led by number 4, Peyton Huff, with 49 points, 39 rebounds. Number 5, Aaliyah Huff, with 36 points and 40 rebounds. Number 20, Claudia Avina, with 25 points and 10 steals. Number 2, Diana Campos, with 9 points and 13 rebounds. Number 40, McKinley Cavalli, with 3 points and 8 rebounds. And number 15, Brooklyn Ritchie, with 2 points and 16 rebounds. As for Tooele, their leaders are number 5, Kennedy Searle, with 64 points and 37 rebounds. Good job there. Number 4, Hallie Hogan, with 47 points and 20 steals. Number 23, Camilla Laura, the freshman, I believe, with 29 points and an impressive 34 rebounds on the season. Number 13, Macy Gustin, with 37 points and 34 rebounds. Great job on the rebounds, ladies. Number 15, Berkeley McClaws, with 33 points and 15 rebounds. And finally, last but not least, number 4, Lindsay Zaleski with 12 points and 6 assists. Now for the team comparison, Tooele is averaging 50 points per game, while the Scots are averaging 20 points per game. So not very good there for the Scots. That's very concerning for them, right? Tooele is shooting 61% from the free throw line, while the Scots are only shooting 30% from the free throw line. So good job to Tooele hitting that above 60 mark. Let's just keep bumping that up, right? Can't leave points out there. As for the 3-ball, Tooele has hit 32 on the season, and the Scots have actually dropped 13 despite averaging only 20 points per game. So not bad there. I think that's something that they're probably going to want to emphasize on, because it seems to be the one thing that they're doing pretty decent at, right? So, I don't know. But in conclusion, Tooele is really going to have to focus on getting the Huffs, as I'm going to call them, because I don't know the relation. It's kind of interesting. But they both have the same last name, so I'm assuming they're related. So Tooele is going to have to focus on getting the Huffs out of rhythm as they've started to kind of heat up over the last 3 games. The 3-ball appears to be becoming more involved for them, and based off the fact they are the 3-ball is really coming into a form over the last couple games, especially from the Huffs, their guards, and those two are also their leading rebounders. I don't know why I jacked my notes up. My bad, guys. I'm guessing they are getting a decent amount of second chance points, honestly, is what I think is probably happening. Because, they've hit 13, but, how many have they missed that they maybe just followed up on and got good rebounds on, right? So that's what I think is probably happening there more than anything. But I think this is going to be a big game on the boards for Camilla Laura, as she's done a great job battling down low all season. So I expect nothing different in this game. The on-ball defense by Hogan is likely going to cause a lot of problems for the Scots, I think. And so I expect she's going to add a decent amount of steals to her stat line in this game. With players like Ayana So starting to find their groove, especially from 3, I think this has potential to see those players really open up and showcase what they can do. Because Searle and Hogan have really kind of been, Searle, Hogan, and Laura have really been dominating the stat lines pretty much most of the season. But the last couple games, I've started to see these other players really kind of starting to get set in some rhythms and stuff. And I think this is going to be a game where they're going to have a lot more opportunities to kind of showcase what they could really do and maybe get some confidence too. So it'll be cool, I think. Again, this game will be tonight in Tooele at 7 p.m. Good luck, ladies. Can't wait to see how it goes. I really can't. So good luck to you. All right. That'll wrap up the game day episode here on USB. I hope you guys are getting out there and supporting your local athletes. I really do. I'm choosing to stay a little more local tonight and show some love to the Grantsville team. But I will be watching as much as I can from there. I do try to watch the streams and stuff like that to at least get the scores, if nothing else, because sometimes it takes forever to get those right. But thanks for listening, everyone. Thank you for the support. Thanks for watching if you're on YouTube. But most importantly, thank you for supporting each other. Okay, and the players from other teams, right? So that's what this is all about. When you guys play each other, hey, by all means, go to war, right? But in the meantime, let's try to get some recognition out here. Let's support each other for all these amazing athletes out here. In terms of non-players, get out there, support these guys, encourage your people, your neighbors, the chickens, the cats, the dogs, whatever. Let's pack these gyms out. There's no reason. None of us are doing anything anyways. You know what I mean? We all just pretend like we are. I don't know. Some of us probably got some legitimate things to do, but I feel like that's a small percentage. So anyways, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening wherever you may be. I will see if you're at the Grantsville game tonight. I will see you there. And if you're not going to those ones, please go to at least one of the other 3. Okay, let's get out there and show this support, right? So, hey, good luck to everyone. Please take care of yourselves, and I'll see you at the game. Thank you for listening to USB, Unaffiliated Sports Broadcast. I hope you enjoyed the show. Be sure to get over there to Instagram and share this stuff. We also have a Facebook page if you're interested in that side of it. But get out there and share this stuff to support these local athletes. That's what it's all about. So thank you. I hope you enjoyed the show. The podcast is available on Spreaker, Spotify, Amazon Music, YouTube, iHeartRadio, and probably places I'm not even aware of. So Be sure to get out there, like, follow, and share that stuff, and I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you.